Good morning, everybody. We're down here at the dealership to get an oil change and put my winter tires on. Because here in BC, it's the law to have winter tires if you're going to drive on certain roads. And I have no idea if I'm going to drive on those certain roads. And, well, I commute, so I better have the tires on anyways. Now, yesterday was a very long day. The day before that was a long day, and work is absolutely wearing me out because this is one of the busiest times of the year because everybody has to get their tires put on. So yeah, it's been a rough week. I apologize for the lack of videos recently. Today we're heading out and we're going to, well, obviously get the service done. And then I want to go check out a couple of cars. I have to discuss a little bit of an oversight on my part. The other day, I had made a video where I said electric cars using one pedal braking don't apply the brake lights when they slow down. That is only partially correct. And I'll explain that in a little bit here. But first, we're going to get some tires put on. Well, I'm down here at the dealership getting my winter tires put on and an oil change. And I happen to spot this little beauty sitting out here on the ramp. It's a 2020, I think, or 21. I already forgot what it said. It's a GLE 350. And I think I'm actually going to go and have a chat with the salespeople, find out some details, because it's been driven pretty hard, it looks like. Got some damage to the wheels, a few scrapes and scuffs along the bottom. Which would put it kind of perfectly in line with the type of vehicle I'm looking for. So let's go have a chat, see what they have to say. I doubt it's anything close to what I'm actually going to be looking for, but hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Well, you know it's getting to be that time of the year when you have to put your winter tires on. So I used some nice Toyos. Didn't feel the need to go with something studded, but I still want something that's nice, smooth, quiet riding, providing excellent traction, and not stupid expensive. So Toyo fit the bill perfectly. Didn't have any issues last year. This year the driving will be a little different through the winter, so we'll get another good test of them. And as you guys saw, while I was at the dealership there getting service taken care of, I went and checked out that Mercedes. Had a quick chat with the sales guy. Saturdays they tend to be very busy unless you have an appointment, so didn't get a chance to sit down, talk to him, go for a test drive or any of that stuff. Did get some rough numbers, which did be promising. Now, being that they're the dealership that sold me this car, I don't think they're going to be able to give me quite what I would need for a trade-in, because that's just how it seems to work. But there are other options, like possibly having a different dealership bring the car in, and then I trade mine in at that place. So, something to think about. But I want to get back to the electric car thing that I said the other day. I was driving through West Kelowna, as I do every day, twice a day, and on one particular trip, there were at least 3 separate times where an electric car, 2 of them were Teslas, I'll tell you that, where they were slowing down dramatically in traffic without engaging the brake lights. Now, to me, that seems like a design fault, and I was under the impression that that was just how electric cars worked, with the one pedal driving. Well, that's not entirely true. In Europe, as well as the US, the one pedal driving mode does activate brake lights. As long as you hit the setting for one pedal driving, right? The generic kind of the way the electric cars slow down when you let off the throttle does not engage the brake lights on most of them unless there's settings in the right configuration. So from what I saw, it turns out it's more the drivers that were the problem, not the actual car. But it still seems very weird to me that you'd have to turn stuff on in order for your brake lights to turn on properly. I could be misinterpreting what I was reading. I haven't actually had a chance to speak to somebody directly who would know exactly how that system works, because the couple of owners of electric cars that I've talked to didn't really understand it, which is kind of weird to me, because if you're buying the vehicle, you should know how it works. In my opinion, anyways. But yeah, so that's something I'm going to have to continue to look into. It's also something that I'm going to be more conscious of, because I do end up in stop and go traffic fairly regularly. And yeah, like I said, there's at least 3 incidents in one day that I noticed and I had on film. I'd have to go through hundreds of hours of dash cam footage to find the specific moments. I'm going to try, but no promises. But that's going to wrap it up for this little video. It's been a very busy morning, and this afternoon I've got some work to take care of, and then we're going to get out, and I want to get out and experience fall here in the Okanagan, get some amazing views, hopefully not damage the car too much more before winter, because I'm learning that I don't seem to have much in the way of mechanical sympathy when I want to go somewhere, which is why we're looking at possibly a different vehicle. We'll get into that one later, but thank you very much for coming along on today's sort of adventure. It's always an interesting day when you go to the dealership for service. So hopefully you enjoy this sort of content. Please consider subscribing, leaving likes on videos, and I would love to hear what your opinions are on what kind of off-road type vehicle should be used as a daily driver. So have yourselves a great weekend, and we will catch you on the next adventure.